notes. Got it. Okay, now I need to also, oh, look at Crystal Lynn has to triple share her, triple screen on her iPad. Let's see if we can make that happen. Hold on. Because otherwise I don't see anything that's going on. Here we go. All right. Rebecca, there's a new member request that's there. Did you get that new member added into the group? Can you make sure you do that, please, darling, if you haven't already? Community home. All right, here we go. I still don't see the live stream. Here we are. Nope, that's the old live stream. Let's see if I can find the new live stream. There it is. Okay, hey, everybody. And y'all, look, I'm on my iPad, so this is a little bit different for me. So I do have to kind of make sure that the technology is right. So hi, everyone. My name is Crystal Lynn Bell. I am a master spiritual life coach and a worthiness advocate for women. I want to welcome you to the League of Badass Butterflies and our twice weekly live stream series called the Fiercely Divine Motivation Hour with Crystal Lynn Bell. I'm Crystal Lynn. I'm your host, and I'm here with my trusty assistant, Rebecca, and we are going to talk to you today about the 3 essential healings that you need to thrive as a spiritual life coach with a divine coaching business. And let me tell you why this is really important. So I started off as a massage therapist, and I had my own wellness center. I loved working in my studio. It was very, very, it was a lot of fun to work for myself doing massage. But one of the things that I noticed while I was, being a massage therapist, and I had a beautiful studio, I had a beautiful business. What happened, though, was that things would go wrong in my life, and I didn't know how to get them right again, okay? So these things would go wrong, like I would run out of money. I would get really sick. My hair would start to fall out. I would have these weird blow-ups with friends or with clients or with my family, or there would be some kind of loss or something like that, okay? So I was experiencing I would have these traumatic experiences, lots of loss. And at the same time, there was a lot of success. Don't get me wrong, my business, I'm very blessed that my business thrived. But the problem was that I was working as an energetic healer. I was a massage therapist, but I was missing the internal healing processes that my mind needed, okay? Because energy is one thing, the body is a different thing, and the mind is a different thing. And that is what needs to connect everything working together, okay? So here I am, I've got a massage studio, I'm kicking ass, I feel great until I don't, and everything goes wrong. And I had a cycle. I went through cycles. I would feel good for 1 week. I would feel bad for 2 weeks. Then I would come out of feeling bad, and then I would feel good for 1 week, and then I would feel bad for 2 weeks. And it wasn't until I made the decision to become a life coach. And the decision to become a life coach was not based on me knowing how to coach people. It was based purely on a feeling of love within my soul and my heart. You all can't see me very well because I'm like really close. But it's in my heart, that feeling from my soul, which basically said, I know that I have something that I can help people heal. Okay, I know I can provide people profound healing, but how do I do that? Life coaching. That's what I want to do. So when I made the decision to become a certified spiritual life coach, I started learning, okay? Well, actually, I learned a lot about spirituality, but it wasn't until I got certified and I started doing more research, because it wasn't just the spirituality that I needed to know. And I didn't know this until later, okay? But after I had been like certified for about a year, I realized that it wasn't just the spirituality I needed. I needed a way to connect the spirit with the body and with the mind and with the energy. They all had to work together. Being a one-dimensional spiritual life coach is the exact same thing as being a one-dimensional 3D doctor. Like a Western doctor who's only going to diagnose you based on 3D things. It's not holistic. I like a holistic approach, and that worked for me to heal myself and to transform my life. And it works phenomenally for my clients as well. So when I got certified as a spiritual life coach, all they taught me was spirituality, but I didn't know how to apply any of that to the mind or to the circumstances. All I could do was talk spirit, So that's my point. So what I had to learn after the spirituality was how to deal with emotions. So what emotions are and the effect that they have on other people. All of this story is to say, y'all, that the starting point for everything that I do with my clients today started with me on my healing journey. I was very blessed in that when I started recognizing what I needed, I found good teachers. I also have a really powerful spiritual guidance team, and I also have a Virgo moon, which means that I have a wonderful way of structuring ideas. So my Virgo moon means I'm an organizer. So I can take anything and organize it and create a system so that it can be delivered. Okay. All of this is to say that what I want to talk to you about today is understanding the importance of having not just random moments of healing yourself, but having a practice, a daily practice of healing and expansion for yourself. That is what we're talking about today. And that's my long ass intro. So let me check in and see who's with me here on Facebook. Sorry, guys, if you all lose me while I'm here checking this out, I apologize. Okay, I see that Jackie is here. Okay, so if you all are joining me live, please in the comments type live. It's really important that I know that you all are here. And if you're watching the replay, please type in #replay. And I would love to know, like everybody who's on the call with me today, what is it that you are working on healing? Like, what is the one thing, like if you could focus on healing one thing this month, what would be that one thing that you would want to heal? And why? Like, what is healing that one thing going to do for you? All right. So type your comments, type that into the comments for me. All right. Very good. Rebecca, did you tag everyone in the live stream? Because I don't see all the comments and I'm not sure. It's just, I don't see them. Oh, because I'm on this iPad. I'm on this here iPad and it does not show me everything like I would want to see. Oh, I see Buddha is here. Oh, and I see KC is here. I can see y'all now. Hi, y'all. It's good to see you. Good morning. By the way, I'm in California and it feels really good to be back in the United States. It's so funny. I was having all sorts of anxiety about being in the USA. And then I got here and I'm like, oh, it feels so good. And it feels really good to be at my aunt's house. I'm staying with my aunt and my cousin, my uncle. It feels really nice. So it feels good to be here. Jackie says, loving myself enough to fully detach from the ex and stay forward focused. Yes. Oh, Jackie. Yes, girl. I completely understand. And I'm so happy that I have the background on that as well, you know? But yes, that is a beautiful, beautiful wish. So look, y'all, if there's anything that you take away from today's session, okay, let me get back to the Zoom here. If there's anything that you take away from today's session, I want it to be this. First of all, we're not looking for perfect healing. That is not what anything that I'm talking about is about. But what I am talking about when I say healing, I mean transformation of a state. And actually, I should call that transformation. And actually, I need to back up because I'm contradicting myself already. Look, my aunt made me some coffee, and I'm gonna go get that coffee right now because my mind, I've been traveling for I was traveling for 24 hours, okay? And now I'm not traveling, but I did not sleep well last night at all. And so I'm having caffeine. I never drink coffee. And when I do drink coffee, I never drink caffeinated coffee. I drink decaf coffee all the time because I just love the flavor of coffee and I love the ritual of coffee. Anyway, so I've got a big old mug of coffee now and some creamer and some caffeine, and this is going to help me get picked up so that I can actually focus. So here's what I want us to be thinking about today as we are kind of moving forward with our work together. Number one, you're not going to be perfectly healed. We're not trying to get you to be perfectly healed, but what we are trying to do is to make you badass, right? We want you to have a badass human experience and a badass leadership experience, right? As a life coach, you are a leader, and don't think that you need to be a perfect leader. I want you to be a badass leader, which means that you are a leader who knows her responsibility and who carries it out to the best of her ability. I love listening to audiobooks and watching movies where there is a great leader who is not perfect, but who has to deal with their own demons, okay? That's what, to me, a badass butterfly is. A badass butterfly has left her baggage below because, like, she owns who she is. And it's not about becoming perfect. It's about becoming you, okay? Becoming more Crystal Lynn, more Jackie, more Jew, more Rebecca, okay? Becoming more of who you are in your magnificence. And that doesn't mean that you're some kind of being who's above humanity, but rather that you are a being who is rocking her humanity. I want you to rock your humanity. That's why you've heard me talk about being divine, fierce, and wealthy. You cannot rock your humanity if you don't do the work. You don't do the work to perfection. No, we're not talking about that. We're talking about just doing the work. So you get up in the morning, and instead of, getting out of the bed and reaching for coffee first thing, you reach for God first thing. Okay, maybe you have to reach for coffee too. I don't know. I have been up since 3:00 this morning. So this is not the first thing I reached for. The first thing I reached for is God. Prayer, shadow work, journaling, and meditation. That is the formula for rocking who you are, okay? So we're talking about that today. Now, you all know that I have put together the Badass Butterfly Superpowers Academy. If you have not booked your appointment, you're going to be sorry, okay? Because I'm offering you the program for 50% off if you join this within the next week. So by next Friday, you need to have booked an appointment with me and enrolled so that you can get up to 50% off of the program, which is going to save you a lot of money, and the program's going to be really fun. What I'm talking about today, the things that I'm taking you through today, are a part of the program. They are built in. And here's why I'm even doing this. Here's why I've created this program, and here's why I'm bringing you all in this way, okay? If you are not actively healing and moving beyond where you are energetically, mentally, emotionally, then you're contracting. If you're not expanding, then you are contracting. You're only doing one or the other. You're not staying neutral. Okay. So what we want is for you to be expanding. Here's why I say you're not being neutral, because sometimes what happens is we get in our comfort zone and things are status quo and we're like, oh, I got this. Okay. But we're not paying attention to what's going on below the surface. We're not paying attention to the subtle energies, the whisperings of what's wrong or where we need to go. Because I guarantee you, if you're neutral, you're not going to where spirit wants you to go. And that is a problem. That is why you're contracting if you're not expanding. So what I've done in the Superpowers Academy is I've created an expansion program that is healing you on a weekly basis. And this is a personal journey. It's not something that you have to do with me, but I'm the guide on it. But it's not something that you're going to be reporting to me like, oh, I have to turn this into Crystal Lynn. No, I'm not putting that kind of pressure on you. But what I'm doing is, if you choose to join me, I'm giving you the practical healing tools that you can use every single day, an exercise that you can use every day or every week, so that you can step into a better version of yourself. And the idea is that after a year, okay, after 52 weeks of focusing on your healing, you should be a transformed woman, okay? I'm not saying full transformation, but you should have transformed something. I guarantee you that if you do the exercises that I am presenting to you every single day for a year, you are going to have an expanded mind, an expanded belief system, because that's in there, an expanded self-concept, because that also is included, okay? And on top of it all, your material world is going to expand. Why? Because the material follows the spiritual and the energetic and the emotional, right? So I've got 3 levels of healing that I'm taking you on: spiritual, emotional, and the mindset. Those 3 together are going to expand your material world. Okay, we're going to do that for a year in the program. Now, here's another way that we're going to expand your material world. Okay, I have, as a part of this program, 12 Superpowers workshops that you are invited to join every single month. It's a year-long program. So every single month, there is a Superpowers workshop. And the Superpowers workshops are meant to give you more healing tools, okay, so that you can use them on yourself. But guess what? Those healing tools are tools that you can use in your coaching program, in your coaching business when you get ready to launch it. So it's a year of healing yourself, but it's also a year of learning some incredible tools that you are going to love. All right. So that is Badass Butterflies Superpowers Academy. Book yourself in now, please, for a chat with me about this. What you're getting into, okay? And I want to make sure that you feel comfortable Like, if you have any questions and you just really want to talk to me about it before you sign on, this is an opportunity to do that. So book yourself in for a free chat, okay? If you want to take advantage of the 50% offering that I'm providing you, you're going to need to book that in sooner rather than later, because the opportunity to have that savings expires on the 8th of July. So that's next Saturday. So book yourself in now. Let's talk about the payment arrangements that you want to make, because this is made for some very particular people, very special people. So I have monthly payment options available for you that are meant to be able to help you no matter where you are. Okay, so please go ahead, book your appointment, and let's talk, and let's see how I can get you into the program. Okay, now, why is it important that that you heal yourself? Well, obviously, it's going to improve your life. It's going to improve your relationships, okay? But most importantly, it's going to improve you, your relationship with yourself, okay? Now, let's talk about those 3 things, okay? Those 3 powerful healings that you must have in order to be really successful as a spiritual life coach and as a divine coaching business owner. All right. So the first thing that's really important, okay, that you have to work on, the number one thing that you have to work on is your relationship with God and the divine. All right. So your let's say that you have an issue with your mom, all right, and your mom was a narcissist, or one of my sweet friends who's on the call today, okay, one of my sweet friends who's on the call has an issue with a narcissistic ex-partner, right? And my friend who's on this call already gets this, so I have no problem saying this. I already know she gets this. But here's the thing, and here's the problem that I see a lot of people doing when they are in this situation. Not the person on the call, okay? She gets it. But I see a lot of people who deal with narcissists, okay? Narcissistic parent, narcissistic lover, narcissistic ex-lover, okay? And what most people do is they point the finger and they say, he's a narcissist, she's a narcissist, they're a narcissist, they are wrong, right? And the problem is that when you are pointing your finger at someone else and you're telling them what's wrong with them, what you're not doing is accepting responsibility for the fact that you are the creator of your life experience. And if that person is a narcissist and you have a problem with them, the real problem is you, not the narcissist. The narcissist, I guarantee you, is perfectly fucking happy. The narcissist is doing their thing, being a narcissist. We love that, okay? Now, you want the narcissist to change. So what? You can just go into another relationship and attract another narcissist because you think that it's the narcissist who has come to you, instead of understanding and accepting the fact that you are the center of the universe. You are the magnet of life, and you are attracting everything that you experience in this lifetime. So what we do is we start with your relationship with God. We start with your relationship with the divine. And once we start healing that, that is your primary superpower. And then you'll notice that you have changed and the narcissist will change too. The narcissist will probably go away because the narcissist is not going to stop being a narcissist. The narcissist is going to go be a narcissist somewhere else where he can get away with being a narcissist. All right. Having a giggle. Let me check in and see what you all have said. And if you all give me a shout out, let me know if you have dealt with any narcissists in your life, if you understand enough. I mean, if hold on, let me see how this is working here. Disempowering, yes. I find God in my morning tea meditation. That's beautiful, actually. Did you all lose me because I'm offline? Oh, let's see. Also, overcoming lack mindset, poverty consciousness. Yeah, beautiful. Loving myself enough. Yes, exactly. All right, very good. So let me get back on here. So what I'm wanting for you all to do with this first step is to understand the importance of really focusing your energy and coming back to God, understanding what it means to love yourself and to understand what it means that God has created you in God's form. Okay, God, Goddess, Source, Universe, however you want to call it. You have been created in God's form. And so you need to own that in order to really be able to move forward in anything that you want to do. No healing is going to be complete or even really doing, no healing can even really begin without you first starting with that relationship with the divine. And it doesn't mean that I'm expecting you to be perfectly healed with the divine before you start working on the problems in your life. It's just that if you're dealing, let's say, with a narcissistic lover, the key is to first go inside, turn to your prayer and ask yourself, who am I? That's capital A-M, right? Who I am. Who am I in the eyes of God? Perfect, light, a master manifester. And that leads me into the second thing that you're going to have to work on as you're healing, like your 3 healing foundations. The first one is with God. The second one is with your self-concept. Your self-concept is who you think you are, right? If your relationship with God is one of, oh, I'm separate from God, that's a problem. That means your self-concept is separated from God as well. And everything that goes along with trying to create and trying to be a master of your own life begins with unifying yourself with God, with coming into a real powerful relationship with God, not a disconnected, I'm a human down here, God is up there, I'll see him when I die type of relationship. Okay, so your self-concept is your destiny. How you think of yourself, how you see yourself is your destiny. Okay, and you can look around you right now and see reflections of how you see yourself. The words that you speak about yourself and about the world are a reflection of your self-concept because you're the creator of the world you're living in. How you speak about other people around you is a reflection of your self-concept because you are the creator of the experience that you are living, right? What you are thinking about most of the time is a reflection of your self-concept. What you believe is a reflection of your self-concept, and what you have achieved is a reflection of your self-concept. How much money you make is a reflection of your self-concept. The lover you have or the lover you don't have is a reflection of your own self-concept. So why is this important? Yeah. Why is it important? Y'all tell me, right? Look, and you have a lot of wonderful things around you, okay? But you also have some things that are not working and things you want to improve and places where you feel stuck and big dreams, okay? Like if you started off with big dreams and now you find your dreams have gotten much more humble, okay? You've contracted, that's because of your self-concept. And maybe you're very comfortable with your contracted dreams. Okay, fine. But you know what I said earlier in the call, you're either expanding or you're contracting. And if you're neutral, you're contracting, right? So the idea is to create a healing system that brings in all three of the pillars. The first pillar is your relationship with God. The second pillar is your work on your own self-concept. And this is about creating some kind of an expansive plan where you can go toward things that you desire for yourself, right? You all have heard me talking about how I want to have a farmhouse in Italy and a retreat center. That's something that expands my self-concept. It makes me have to work really hard to not be the person I was 10 years ago when I thought the best I could do was, just owning my own home and just getting paid, So when you start to expand your self-concept, it brings in new opportunities for you to heal, expand, and to grow. And that's what we want as a part of your healing system. Now, look, y'all, these things that I'm talking about are a part of the healing system that I've created in the Badass Butterfly Superpowers Academy. So, the reason I'm structuring it this way is so that you can understand and have a logical way of approaching this thing, which is illogical, right? So the divine feminine, as you all know, okay, the divine feminine is your spiritual gifts of magic, but it's also your spiritual gifts of experience. It's your spiritual gifts of pain and wounding and all the things that you've lived through and overcome. Those things are in the feminine and they are affecting you the way that the feminine affects you. They're showing up randomly, right? When you're triggered by something on the outside, like you think you have it together, then all of a sudden something happens and you're triggered and you're like, oh my God, why am I so triggered? Well, that's the divine feminine at work, okay? If it were divine masculine, it would be like, okay, it's Monday. On Monday, we get triggered by blah, 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 and we do blah, blah, blah on Mondays, okay? That's not the way healing works. That's not the way triggers work. That's not the way pain works, right? So we have this divine feminine thing that's happening in us and around us and through us. And what we have to do, and what I've done, because I'm a Virgo moon, okay, I have organized it, brought in the divine masculine to give you some structure. Not a lot of structure, just enough so that the divine feminine can dance, right? So your triggers can arise, the divine feminine can dance, and you can succeed by having consistent practice, okay? So keep in mind that that's what I'm offering you for 50% off if you sign up before July 8th, okay? Now, the third thing, all right? The third thing that you must heal in order to really find your success, okay? And it's not, and again, I'm sorry I'm saying that. I realize that it sounds like I'm saying you have to heal these things in order to move forward. And it's not the way it is. You have to be healing these things. You have to be actively working on these things on a regular basis. I do mean that, right? Every day you need to be working on your relationship with God. Every day you need to be working on your relationship with your self-concept. Every day you need to be working on your three-dimensional world of form in the form of wealth. Wealth. Why am I saying wealth? Like, why am I going from God to self-concept to wealth, as opposed to God to self-concept to emotions, or God self-concept to romantic relationships? Because for me, wealth is all of that. So God is all spiritually, energetically, and materially. And God is life, love, and light. Wealth is the outpicturing of God. Wealth is the same thing as saying abundance and prosperity. It means that if you do God and you nurture that through a great self-concept, the outcome is naturally wealth. And wealth is not just money, but it is money, okay? Wealth is money, investments, your net worth, your property, right? What you own, how you show up in the three-dimensional world. It's really important, y'all. Don't deny your three-dimensional self because you're too lazy or too afraid or too small-minded to understand that your divine inheritance actually includes three-dimensional wealth. Okay, I know that you've been taught that you don't have the right to wealth. You know, like, you're a woman, you have to rely on somebody else, or you're a woman of color and it's much harder for you, and you're not entitled and you're not privileged, and, you know, blah, 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 all the negative stuff that goes on that makes you seem disempowered. Okay, I know that that's what they're talking about, but that's why we start with God, to remind us the truth of who we are. Okay, remind us of the truth of who we are. From there, then we work on the self-concept, and from there, we can work on the wealth. To work on the wealth without having a relationship with God and without having a relationship with your own self-concept that is healthy, like a healthy, beautiful, thriving self-concept, it won't work. Okay, so do them in this order every single day. So yeah, you have a nice, rich, healing package that you do every day. My package looks like this. I wake up in the morning and I immediately thank God through prayer. And then I'll either meditate immediately, or if there's something that's weighing on my heart and in my mind, I'll do these exercises that I'm going to be sharing with you, okay? After I've done those, then I'll do meditation if I didn't do the meditation first, okay? And then I'm pretty much done. Part of the exercises that I do, they're all, like 90% of them are journaling or done in your notebook or written down, okay? And that's a really important part of this process as well. Writing down this information and writing down your healing experience helps you on many different levels. I should probably have a class just on writing and the writing process. We'll do that, and we'll do that in the academy for sure. We'll do that in the academy because it's really important. It brings spirit into form, and it is a part of the manifestation process, right? So you're going to be writing down those things. It also documents, okay? It documents your process so that you can come back and see where you've been. You can, and understand, it helps you understand where you want to go. It's like having a roadmap in your mind versus having the roadmap also on paper. Like, it helps to be able to see it, right? And you can even see how things work together. So writing is very, very powerful. All right, let me just do a little check-in because I want to make sure that I can keep up with everything that is going on. Casey says, I have a master's degree in dealing with narcissists. I do too. Yeah, we are all in the same, soul family, narcissists and unworthiness. And narcissism and unworthiness kind of go hand in hand, because when you are dealing with when you're dealing with a narcissist, it's because you've given yourself away, right? You're giving yourself away. You're allowing yourself to be sucked dry. And that, unfortunately, that is a state of unworthiness. And so it kind of all works together. So the last thing that I want to kind of talk about with wealth is understanding that wealth is not just about money, but it's also about the richness of your relationships, the richness of your lovemaking, the richness of your self-care, the richness of your day-to-day life experiences, the richness of the food you eat. And I don't mean fatty food by rich, but I mean the love that goes into the meals that you eat. Whether you're preparing your meals, and putting a lot of love and care and energy, or you're eating in places where the staff is preparing your meal with love and care and love. Y'all be cracking me up when you be eating at McDonald's, okay? I love McDonald's. I love fast food, but that is a treat, not a lifestyle. All right. Oh my gosh. So just keep in mind, and look, a corporation can love you or not love you. All right. Y'all, I am so slow right now. I am really sorry. So I'm going to go ahead and start signing off, because I am so sluggish. Oh my God. I feel like it was a very good trip, but it's just everything went so fast. And I really feel like I felt like I was in the cocoon because it was so cramped, I'm like in this place and I'm surrounded by people. It was just, and this airplane is just, I need a little rest. So I'm going to go ahead and sign off right now. And I look forward to seeing you all on Tuesday for the next live stream. Oh, Tuesday, by the way, we're going to be talking about tarot. So I look forward to that. And because you all know I love tarot. It's how I got my start in woo-woo. Like big time woo-woo came not with Buddhism, because Buddhism isn't big time woo-woo. That Buddhism was my first time dealing with like incense and ceremony and chanting and ringing bells and having a different kind of spiritual experience. But woo-woo started with tarot. And that's when I'm like, oh, I did not know that you were a fairy. And now I see that you are a fairy. Thank you so much for showing yourself to me. Oh, I did not realize that you are actually an angel. You were there all the time and I did not see you. Tarot opened up all kinds of sight for me. And I want to give you all that gift. I want to share that with you. So this is a big part of what I'm going to be doing as well. Okay. All right. So I look forward to seeing you all very soon. Have a wonderful, wonderful day. All right. Bye for now, friends. Bye.